Welcome everybody to another video, and we are back with another weekly trade recap. In this series I show the best trades I did in the past week and why I did each trade. This week the biggest items I traded for were the red Domino crown and the clockwork headphones. Anyways, let's get right into this week's trade highlights. Starting off strong is a trade for the red Domino crown. Now in this deal I gave 5 items, so we had to do 2 trades. And in the first trade I gave the Dark Horns of Pawnage, the Ghost Eerie, the Classic Fedora, and the White Bucket of Doom. And in the second trade I gave the Golden Gate Bridge. So in total this was 154k overpay at the time. Now it is only a 34k overpay because the Dark Horns of Pawnage dropped 60 and the Agonizing the White Bucket also dropped 60. So overall this was definitely a good win because I upgraded and I avoided both of these drops. And now the Ghost Eerie and the Classic Fedora aren't doing the best, so I guess I'm very glad to kind of see these items drop as I got a nice upgrade here. The second trade highlight is this trade right here. I gave the Maker Fedora and the Business Cat for the Sparkle Time Wizard and the Blue Katana. So I believe at the time this was like a 3k lowball, and I had to trade off the Maker Fedora, so the reason I did this trade is to just basically get rid of this item, and the Maker Fedora ended up dropping 15k, so this definitely became a win. And the Sparkle Time Wizard has dropped a little bit since, but I traded off before it dropped. And overall just a nice win getting rid of this item before it did drop. The third trade is this trade right here. I gave the Sparkle Time Wizard and the Champion of Azarath for the Azure Pinstripe Fedora and the Dangerous Minion Projected. So this trade is a little bit of a win, I would say, because the Sparkle Time Wizard is not the best item. Like, it's a stable item, but not many people want it because it's a newer item. So I got rid of that item there, and I got the Azure Pinstripe and the Projected, which I did want to Projected to flip to try and get some profit. So I was happy with this trade, and I did make some nice profit off of it. The next trade highlight is this trade right here. I gave the Azure Pinstripe Fedora for the Odoray Antlers and 2 Space Hairs. So the reason I lowballed the Azure Pinstripe by 1k is because all these items are getting nice overpays right now and are raising, and the Azure Pinstripe is kind of dead right now and is lowballing, so I just had to get rid of this item, and I got myself some nice items that get nice overpays. And here's where I flipped the Dangerous Minion Projected. So I got the Legit and the Ceremonial Guard, which is a total of 28,000 value, and I gave a total of 22,000 value for the Dangerous Minion. So out of this I got myself some nice items and about 6k profit. The next trade highlight is this trade right here. So I gave the Bright Eyes Black Sea Cola hat and the 8-bit Tabby Cat for the Playful Vampire and the Jacko Bandit. So this trade at the time was about a 400 lowball because of the Tabby Cat, and the reason I did this trade is because Black Sea was in discussion for about a 10 to 20k drop, and the Jacko was also in discussion for a 5k drop, but I figured I would do this trade because I knew this was going to drop, and now it's a 10k overpay, which is pretty good. And Playful is a nice item to have right now as well because of inflation, so I would say overall this is a nice win, even though I think Black Sea is going to start doing better. Up next I downgraded the Jacko Bandit, and I got the Legit hat, the Shady Business hat, and the Mr. Hatbot and 140 Robux. So the reason I did this trade is because the Jacko Bandit had just dropped, and it looked like it was going to keep dropping because demand is like what you want right now, and the Jacko Bandit is not a very high demand item, so I kind of figured it'll probably keep dropping, so I just wanted to trade it off. But I got the Legit, the Shady Business hat, and the Mr. Hatbot, and 1.5k overpay, so not bad, and I guess this is a fine trade. The next trade highlight is this big trade right here, and it is a downgrade on my Clockwork headphones. So I got the Transient Harmonica, the Desert Scout, the Classic Fedora, and the Lava Reactor, which this all is a 92k overpay on the Clockwork headphones. And the Clockwork headphones are getting really good right now, so if you do not have it and you can trade for one, I would honestly recommend trading for one because this item is heating up. And the reason I took this trade is because, well, it's a very big overpay, and what I did after is I actually traded back for a Clockwork headphones, which I will show next, and I made some really good profit off this. And here's where I got the Clockwork headphones back. So I gave the Classic Fedora, the Neon Green Beautiful Hair, the Energy Crown, and the Transient Harmonica. Now this is a 71k overpay on the Clockwork headphones, and I got a 92k overpay on mine. So this is a pretty easy 21k profit, and I basically just flip profit on the Clockwork headphones. And the reason I did this trade is because I wanted to get back the Clockwork headphones because these things are about to take off. They're doing really good right now, and I can definitely see them raising a lot in the future. And the last trade highlight is this trade trade right here. So I gave the tea kettle hat, the platinum eye, the black hair and antlers, and the 8-bit royal crown for the space hair and 69 Robux. So overall, this is an 800 overpay on the space hair, and the reason I did this trade is because the space hair gets 1k plus. And some advice for you guys is, honestly, if you have like wrap items like this, you might as well just upgrade into demand, get some valued items, because these things will actually raise, and your standard wrap items aren't really gonna move. They're gonna kind of stay at their value, so you're just better off upgrading or overpaying for some demand right now. Get yourself some nice high demand valued items, and you'll make a lot more profit that way. So that is this week's trade highlights. Let me know in the comment section down below which trade you thought was the best. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. Like the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing to the channel for more weekly trade highlights. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.